I think the bigger deal is just adding more things on the side, right? Like an easy way to solve this problem is to combat this problem, right? An easy way to combat this problem is a few things, because Tekken does not have. We'll speak specifically Tekken. What's wrong with Tekken's ring, right? We looked at the Maximilian 2-minute part. We talked about what Mike said, and I want to give my 2 cents after just laying out the facts. We live in a world where people want to climb ranked but don't want the inherent risk of losing their. That's just how people are. People's brains work that way. They want to see number go up. It's psychological, right? I mean, you can break the psychology and not care about your points. You just want to get better and learn. Or you can break the psychology and want to just climb but get better instead of, I don't know, rubbing out. Anyways, because of that, we know that there are going to be inherent biases in the way people choose matches, right? Not going to pick Wi-Fi, or they're not going to pick really bad, 1 or 2 bar wired connection. They may not stay versus characters they're not extremely comfortable against, don't play against a lot, don't like fighting against, etc. They will not stay usually versus players who are significantly better than them, or adapt to them in a way that makes it feel like they have no chance of winning. Those are just facts. That is how a lot of people think about video games, right? I don't like when I get into a Fortnite lobby where I feel like the worst player in the lobby. Where I'm like, trying to kill people, I'm playing reload, I'm trying to kill people, and everyone's just like moving better than me. Their aim is better than mine. Their loot is better. I'm like, I don't feel like I belong in this lobby. What happened? Like, why am I here? And that same feeling. Now, I'm still gonna play. I like Fortnite enough, but some people instead will just be, I can't. They'll mentally check out. They're like, I can't play this. I gotta get out. I gotta get out. I gotta get off. I'm gonna move on to the next person. I value my time. I'm gonna move on to the next person and hope I can find someone who either I'm more evenly matched with, or that I can just completely fucking stomp against. Hell yeah, that'd be sick, right? Now, the ways you combat that is the same way we have a disconnection rate, a recent disconnection rate of percentage of like games played in the most recent amount of games. Right? Maybe it's your most recent 50 games, maybe it's your most recent 30 games. I don't know what the number is, but whatever your most recent games is, the number that you've rage quit out of or disconnected on, it'll show that number. You could also show match completion. I think if you show people match completion percentage of a player, along with them being wired, the ping, for the love of God, stop showing us bars, show us ping, show us some ping, show us match completion rate, show us wired or wireless, and show us disconnection. There you go. You just show one more thing on the screen. That guy one and done's a lot, but he's wired. Do I take this risk? No. He has a 12% match completion rate in the past 20 games. Okay, that's like 2 games, I think. I'm bad at math. He's completed 2 sets out of the 20 last sets he was supposed to have played. No, I don't want to play against that. Let me move on. This guy's got a 12. Wait, I did that backwards. Yeah, he has a 12% completion rate. So that means he only finished like 2 or 3 of 20. Right? The fucking number. Throwing some shit out. And then you find someone who's wireless. And they have, 13 ping to you. You're like, whoa, 13 ping. He's wireless. He's got 100% match completion rate over the past 20 matches. Right? Now you're going to look at that and say, but he's on Wi-Fi. Maybe that's why he completes all of his matches. Like, these are just more factors to think about, but it gives you less pause before doing a game. The only thing you shouldn't show people is characters. If you show people characters, they're going to skip out on characters they don't want to fight against. And, like, no Clive player will ever get matches ever again. Can't do that. But that is an easy way to solve this I don't want to be one and done problem. Some people, the people who don't care about potential one and dones, will just say, that guy has a 12% match completion rate. Sure, me too, man. I might not finish the set versus you either. Let's run it. Let's run the one. Let's see how good we are. And then others will say, no, I want a tournament-like first to 2 experience. I'm not going to play against this guy. I'm going to move on. Right? All you do is you just add one more statistic on the screen. And I think that that's a better thing to do than locking people into ranked sets to award the points, because there's a whole host of negatives that come with it. And it's better than requiring that people be wired to play on ranked, because guess what? You're not even required to play wired in games that you have teammates you can affect. This is you versus one other person, and there's no money on the line. Did you know you don't have to play wired in ranked for things like League of Legends, Marvel Rivals, Fortnite? And you could be playing with up to 5 other people. You don't have to be wired. Like no one makes you plug in a wire. And I know that it's because it's server based, and most of the time the only person who's being affected is your connection. But if you have lag spikes in a team-based game and your teammates don't, because it's server-based, you are performing poorly and affecting your teammates. And they didn't choose you. You just fucking random queued into ranked and got 4 or 5 other people that you do not know, and you're affecting their match because you don't have a wire. Now you could say, oh, maybe we should just always have a wiring for everybody. This seems like a non-issue. Maybe. I won't speak on that because I personally don't give a shit. I know people who have way better Wi-Fi than some of you wired fuckers. I'm not one of them. I'm plugged in just in case. But I know some people who got awful connections, dick awful connections, and they're wired. And I know people with fucking gigabit wireless, and their internet is beating the shit out of mine. That's just how it works. And I'm wired. That's just how it is. Whatever. But if you just add one more statistic to the screen and show people the kind of player they're going to be playing against, whether they disconnect a lot, whether they don't complete matches a lot, what their connection is, like what their ping is, and what their connection type is, wired or wireless. I think adding that one more statistic could stray a lot of people away from thinking that what you need to do is make it so that you have to lock people into rank set. You don't have to. You just need to show people what they're going to be getting into before they get into the match. So that if they don't want to play against a one and doneer, they don't have to. If they want to play against a one and doneer and take the risk, they can. Risk reward, baby. That's another one of the great fighting game concepts that Maximilian and Mike did not talk about in anything they've mentioned on this one and dunning Tekken, bullshit flowchart subject. They haven't mentioned the fact that there's risk and reward to every single interaction in those setups. In the reasons why you lock someone into a rank set or don't lock someone into. The fact that Mike called out specifically Harada to say that you would allow someone to one and done, not the entire fighting game community outside, fighting game community of developers, outside of, Mortal Kombat? Look at those numbers. Mortal Kombat's not doing great. I really wouldn't use that as your workhorse to prove your point. Street Fighter, you can one and done people. Guilty Gear, you can one and done people. These games are pretty big. Even something like Brawlhalla, you can one and done people. Probably the biggest platform fighter right now outside of Smash, right? It's just a part of making the experience less frictionless. Of making it frictionless. The less friction you have, the more likely people are to stay. And giving people the options and the choice to play wired, to play wireless, to finish a set, to not finish the set. Choose to accept high ping or low ping matches. All of these choices create a more diverse experience and a frictionless experience for enough players that you can keep your player base alive. Because otherwise you will end up with very few people left in ranked, even if the number of players in the game is high, because a lot of people won't want to take on that burden of, I have to stay into a full set, I should just instead play quick match, because if I don't like the way this guy's playing, I can just leave in quick match. I don't need to climb ranked anymore. Never mind, I changed my mind. And then, oh no, I don't have anyone to play in ranked. There's like no one in my skill level because all of the restrictions they've added to ranked. Oh no, that sucks. Damn, but there's like 9,000 people playing the game. Why can't I find anyone? Because everyone's in quick match. And everyone's in quick match because people who are competitively minded are oversaturating the discourse around fighting games. And I don't think that's my take. That's what I think you could do to fix the one and dunning situation in fighting games. So a match completion rate over the past 20 matches, over the past 20 would-be matches, or 10 would-be matches, right? So if they've played 10 one and dones, it says match completion rate 0%. That means for the past 10 sets, they have completed 0 full sets. They have one and done every single one. And you know that, and you're like, I'm not playing this guy. He's gonna fucking one and done me. Even if I win, he's gonna one and done me. So yeah, I could win one game, but then there's no meaningful back and forth. If what's important to you is the meaningful back and forth, the adaptation, maybe this guy adapts me even if I beat him in the first game, you want that. You want that experience. You want that learning. You want that that pull and tug. You don't get that with this player. Move on. Don't play him. But you wouldn't know that in this current system. So you think you're going to get it, and you don't. So it feels like a slap in the face. That's the way more competitively minded players see it. They say, that set was really close, and this guy just fucking left. That's a huge slap in the face. It's so disrespectful. How dare that guy leave? Like, come on, man. Run the set, bro. He didn't want to. On your end of the screen, you think he's a bitch, and it's it's your prerogative to be mad at him because that guy's a bitch and he didn't run the set. Meanwhile, he literally could be cleaning up his child's poop right now. We have no fucking idea. Or he could be driving his wife to the ER because she just went into labor. Like, you know what I mean? Or her water burst, right? Those are things that could happen that stop people from completing a set. They need something else in the outside world that they're going to attend to. Or they just did not like the way you play. And guess what? No one is obligated to rematch you. If you play like a dickhead but you won, or you play like a dickhead but you lost, and someone's like, I don't want to play this guy plays like a dipshit, they should be allowed to leave. What would you do to fix fighting game one and doneing problem? Right? It's mostly apparently a problem in Tekken. It's something that people only think about in that game. But is there anything that you would do? Do you think my suggestion is good? Do you like the idea of forcing people to finish full rank sets before awarding them the points? Even though there's negatives to that, covered in the video right before this. Leave it all in the comment section down below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. I don't talk about fighting game stuff nearly enough anymore. So maybe we should start looking at Twitter more. I hate this fucking platform. Not even because Elon Musk owns it. Just because everyone's so negative on there. And I like positivity. I don't really like to be super duper negative all the time. And everybody here is. But on my YouTube channel, we try to look at the positives out of negatives. Like I just did it right now. So hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for hanging out. It's been Beanie Thuggish talking about my solution to the potential one and doneing epidemic in Tekken. Signing out and saying peace.